PC Mag Sasha Segan has an exclusive for you all. Let's take a look here. He says he has found T-Mobile's secret weapon against C-band. All right, what he is referring to is that AT&T and Verizon have launched their mid-band dedicated 5G channels, the N77. You have 40 megahertz for AT&T, you got 60 megahertz for Verizon. Meanwhile, T-Mobile has had their mid-band 5G dedicated channels for a while. It started with 40 and 60 megahertz channels. It has widened to about 80 to 100 megahertz channels in most places. I understand the fragmentation. In some places, they don't have more than that. So there are certain limitations to it, but in general, that's what we're seeing. He tested the T-Mobile network in the streets of New York City, and he was doing this while he was testing the N77 C-band from Verizon, and he discovered some things. So let's see what he discovered. What is this secret weapon? All right, so what he is discussing here is the concept of 5G carrier aggregation. This would be combining multiple channels of 5G NR and aggregating them or combining them to increase capacity and have overall more more spectrum and bandwidth for customers to use. This means more speed. Now, the important thing for T-Mobile is they've got two options here. They can aggregate, if they have enough spectrum, to carrier N41. So they could do like a 100 megahertz channel of N41. And if they have more licenses in a place, they could do an additional like 20 or 40, or I think even 60 in some places because they have 160 megahertz. So that could be that option. That would be huge capacity. And then the other way they can go is with the N71 600 megahertz low band 5G, aggregate that with the N41 and get yourself kind of like an extended range boost for 5G. I think that's going to be their most meaningful situation in places where you see like limited range. N41 is having a hard time getting indoors or extending beyond a half mile or a mile. I think that's where that's going to be important. So he said he tested it. He was indeed connected to it, and he found a couple of things that were interesting. So here's the map of where he did connect and where he wasn't able to. All right, so you see the orange and the blue where the carrier aggregation was active. All right, so the software he has access to, obviously, he can kind of check out some of those specifications. Here he's describing kind of the connectivity there. 200 megahertz of bandwidth, 40 megahertz of LTE with 160 megahertz of 5G. That's a ton of bandwidth potentially to connect to for T-Mobile. So they do have a lot of spectrum. In terms of his initial testing, he was seeing 340 down by 82 up on the carrier aggregation of 5G NR. Now, I will admit, that's not really that impressive, right? Because on NSA, non-standalone 5G, where it's just one 5G channel and the rest is LTE, he's seeing 425 down. I similarly see those types of results in my region as well, 400 to 500 megs on NSA. So I'm not sure if this is going to really help people get faster speeds, but it could be giving them the range they need under certain situations and improving signal indoors. That's where I think this is meaningful. But yeah, this is clearly going to be a competitive marketplace. T-Mobile is very cognizant of the 5G perception issues that they have. Well, they have network perception issues. They've always looked at as behind AT&T and Verizon. Here's their chance to get out ahead. They're trailblazing in network technologies, kind of leading the way. So as Verizon and AT&T launch wider channel 5G, with their C-band, T-Mobile is going to be pushing these types of things. So here it is from Sasha Segan. What do you guys think of his testing? What do you think of what he found? What do you think of his results? What are you excited for? Your thoughts and opinions welcome down below. You all are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page. You guys can support us there, get early access to videos, exclusives not found anywhere else, and discounts on those mobile promotions just for supporting us. My email and Twitter are down there as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace.